What's up, SNA Assassinators? This is Super Ninja Austin back here with another video. And this is the Monday Night Raw review video on July 15th, 2024. And we're going to talk about a lot what exactly went down on Raw. Like, Raw did a pretty decent job on this episode. May have not been the number one best Monday Night Raw of the year of 2024, but still a good show for just to watch. Like if you're getting into the in the storylines, the current storylines on the road to SummerSlam, and we got the moment that we've been looking forward to, like ever since she made her return last week on Raw. The catch Dominic slipping with the current women's world champion and the same girl that put her on the shelf, Liv Morgan. And that woman is none other than the Eradicator, former women's world champion herself, Rhea Ripley. This is where she came out to the ring. This is where the fans are like, we miss you, Rhea. And this is where Rhea Ripley, I came all the way from the back to the ring. She was like, yeah, like mommy is back to the Dayton, Ohio fans. This is where the fans were cheering and stuff. This is where we got Rhea Ripley starts out like a baby face in this promo, and I guess that report was true in some capacity because she acted like a baby face, and maybe the rest of the Judgment Day are heels. Like, it doesn't seem like that. Rhea Ripley's the only current Judgment Day member that's could be joined. That's going to be joining in the good guy side, I guess you could say. And that man is current world heavyweight champion himself. And she had plenty of compliments for him once she got backstage with the current world champion. But we'll get to the promo. Like, she got to the point this where she was like, the only one thing that I have in mind, and that is winning back my women's world championship. And this is where fans are like, we want you to win it back, Rhea. And this is where then Rhea didn't continue on the microphone while gesturing her nose. This is where she was like, how many do you think you took me out? And then the funny thing is for you, Liv, like you thought you're just gonna keep me out forever, and you think you're gonna retire me from this injury, but it's just going to keep pissing me off more and more, and then make me want to work harder and harder to get back in that ring and then take that belt right back. And he's like, and then how about why don't you just come out here, Liv, and I can just rip your stupid, sneaky little face off and face off, and then or something like that. And this is where we got somebody coming out, and it was not Liv Morgan. It was Rhea Ripley's, I guess you could say, former Latino heat that's in the doghouse of the Judgment Day, Dominic Mysterio. And then this is where he came out the ring. I was like, hey, like, she didn't mention you. This is where the Rhea knew this. She was like, mommy, like, and this is where fans would be like, boo, before he can even have a chance to speak what's in his mind. But he still managed to piece the words together of what he wanted to say to the his mommy or former mom, whoever you want to call. I guess he's still his mommy in a way, but that could possibly change in the next SummerSlam. This is where he started changing it to mommy, the mamacita. This is where the Dominic Mysterio was like, won't you please shut the hell up so I can say something to mommy? And then this is where Rhea Ripley's like, who's mommy? This is where she got her arms crossed and went to the other side, looking the other way. This is like, I don't want to deal with you right now because you've been messing around with my arch enemy that tried to end my career, and that is Liv Morgan. And then this is where then she said, I'm so sorry. That's where Dominic Mysterio said, I apologize, I'm sorry. And this is where the Liv Morgan got on the screen. She's like, oh, hey, my daddy Dom. Like, and this like, and you, Rhea, like, how's your shoulder doing? And she was like, I never got to see you again. Like, I thought I was going to see you again after I did that to you. Like, and I'm gonna let you know that my shoulder's doing well. Like, it's never been better. Like, and which it holds the current women's world championship, right? That I'm currently am, and it's like, and I know very badly that you know that where I say that I wanted to take you with take everything away from you, and Like, and that also includes Dominic, but that's not the only thing I want to take from you. Like, and I think, and he's like, and I'm so sorry about that, Rhea. Like I didn't really saw him at that first, but I just really want to hurt you to the point that I started falling for him. Like, and I tried to do, and I got the chance to spend time with him, and then I had to look into his eyes and see, you got to kiss him and stuff, like, because yeah, she did. Well, and we all know that when the time she actually did kiss him was when they were. When they were on the ramp, like when Dominic Mysterio accidentally helped her beat Becky Lynch. But this is where we got Liv Morgan going on and on about it felt so real to her, and she enjoyed every single bit of it when she was gone, recovered, and she was like, and since you've been gone, like I had Dom all to myself. And she was like, so mommy, like my friend that leave me home, like well, my friend here, mommy, that left you home, Dom, like Liv went right on top, and I was like, this is the very non-parental guidance promo I ever hear in a very, I'll say, in a very adult way, I guess you could say. I mean, either way, non parental guidance mean that's an adult move. But this is where this is where the fans are booing very loud for him to the point that you can hear him saying. This is where he's like, "Well, you shut the hell up." This is where the Rhea's like, and this is where Rhea Ripley did got on the microphone. That I really want to stomp your head in and your arms like into broken pieces, like I did the last time, and this time last year, like. And then I'm gonna make your silly little revenge tour ends. And then this is where then Rhea Ripley then continues saying like, and like I waited 3 whole months for this moment. Like I think like my patience can handle a little bit. I can't hold longer. Like, and that's why I'm gonna set up this challenge. And then this is where then she set up a challenge by name dropping the pay-per-view. She wants this match to take place. And this is where fans start cheering once the name drops the premium live event. This is where she's like, SummerSlam is going to be you Liv defending that Women's World Champion against me, Rhea Ripley. And he's like, and this is where then Liv Morgan started chuckling like, ha ha ha. Like, you think you're going to call the shots just because that's because you got something that's taken away from you. Like that's not how it works, there, honey. Like you don't know how much. Even if you did have that authority to book this match, like you don't know what kind of end game that you gonna put yourself in, like for this Women's World Championship. So I'm not gonna run like. But I do think that you should know, Rhea, I'm not the same Liv Morgan that you knew before. Like, and just like I helped Dominic, he's like, and just like I just helped Dominic help beat his deadbeat dad last week in our mixed tag match, something that you failed to do like plenty of times when he was when you were on his side. Like, and this is where then he's like, and I was thinking, and then you see. Like I'm gonna make you two, like I'm gonna make you two as well. And this is what you're like in that season, I'm gonna be accepting your challenge. And then this is where it's official. It's gonna be for the Women's World, and it's now official. The Women's World Championship is gonna be on the line, like at the biggest party of the summer. And who's going to win this match? I already know who's going to win because that all determines on which side Dominic Mysterio is going to choose. He's going to choose his mommy, or is he going to choose his, I'm not sure what to call her, his Livy Dow, I guess you could say. I don't know. Let me know in the comments about that down below. But I'm probably going to talk more about that later on. But this is where she said very flirtatious goodbye onto Dirty Dominic Mysterio. Saying, "What the other? I can't wait to see you there." And this is where she blew a kiss at him. She's like, "Bye," and the Dirty Dominic Mysterio starts shaking his head, putting his head down, so he won't give anything away. Which I'm assuming that's the case. I mean, I'm not sure if he's yet, but then again, I'm 50% sure like that that he's all in it for Liv, and he's just pretending to stick around with Rhea. Again, he's probably getting bored of her, so he found himself a new, I guess, mommy. I'm not sure. I'll say I guess a mommy that calls him Poppy. Except yeah, that's what I should call it. But anyway, this is where the Rhea Ripley's like, how could you do this? Like and like, and are you sure you haven't had any affairs too, Dirty Dominic Mysterio? This is where she started looking at him. This is where the Rhea Ripley then turned around and went to the camera. She's like, and you live. Like, I know you're still listening to me here. Again, so I'm going to say this right here, loud and clear. Like SummerSlam, like I'm not gonna end your revenge tour and your title reign. Like I am like I'm gonna end your whole entire career. And I was like, like if I was Liv Morgan, I would be worrying right now because like if she does get her way, she's gonna have to kiss her dreams as in the big leagues goodbye because she don't know what hell that she's going to pay. Like if she don't have no tricks up her sleeve, which I believe she does. But I'm gonna probably talk about that in just a moment. But I'm gonna talk about this funny spot where Dominic still tried to be a gentleman, and then this is where he tried to hold the ropes for her. This is where then Rhea Ripley's like, "Oh, really? You're gonna try to do this for me right after you team with Liv Morgan last week?" And this is where then Dirty Dominic's like, "Okay, never mind. I'm not gonna do nothing like this. Like, never mind. I'm just being a goofball." This is where Rhea Ripley got out of the ring on her own. This is where Michael Cole hilariously said, "Chivalry must be dead." And I was like, yeah, for sure, in Dom's category. Because, yeah, it seemed like he's definitely in the doghouse, like everybody's been saying on the IWC. But let's move on to the next slide. This is where we got Sheamus taking on Big Bronson Reed because this was been advertising from the last 7 days. Like, after they run into each other, like after Sheamus was in that backstage interview, and also this is where we got some more unfortunate news for Dirty Dom because he got all his stuff getting thrown out at the Judgment Day lock. This is where Rhea Ripley slamming the door on his face in the clubhouse. This is where Damian Priest like this is where then Damian Priest and hilarious like, did you get it now? And then this is where then Dominic Mysterio's like, yeah, I think so. Like you know what? Not really. And this is where he threw the I guess the flowers that he gave her, like, or a potted plant or something like that, and then some kind of a silver object into his hands. Like afterwards, this is where like their relationship is over in kayfabe, of course, because in reality we all know like her real life, personal life. And I want to say congratulations once again, even though she's probably going to hear her and her actual man is going to be hearing it from me. Considering they're both wrestlers, I'm going to say I want to give a huge congratulations to them and their happiness in the reality world. But anyways, let's get into the Sheamus versus Bronson Reed match, which it start off with Sheamus going for a headlock, but Bronson Reed threw him in the bottom corner side. This is where we got Sheamus go for a big shoulder tackle, but once he tried to go for the right side, after he didn't bring Bronson Reed down, this is where we got Bronson Reed hit a big belly tackle right onto Sheamus. He snapmares him right into the middle of the ring, goes to the bottom corner ropes, hits a spinning pinwheel dive, I guess you could say. This is where then we got Bronson Reed then grab on to Sheamus. This is where then he tried to go for some kind of different maneuver, but he did not know what it is. Big mistake. Sheamus gets him with the European uppercuts like about 5 straight times, following with a kick right to the midsection and a knee strike in the head, like while lifting his head up. This is where he tried to go for like a Green Bay plunge or white noise. I did not know what move because Bronson Reed, his weight was slowing him down and keeping him from hitting the maneuver. This is where he gets elbow strike right into the back of the head. This is where he gets headbutt as well. This is where we got Bronson then had him towards the bottom left side. This is where he hits some repeated knife edge chops right into the chest, onto the Celtic Warrior. But Sheamus hit a forearm right to the face. This is where we got him punching right into the gut, then hits elbows right to the face. Fans are cheering him away. This is where he ran to the left side. This is where he hits a flying shoulder tackle that looked like a shoulder block that John Cena would do. I guess that was a tribute paying to the Celtic Warrior. Well, maybe it was trying to bring the big Bronson Reed down because he is so big. So of course that makes sense that he knocks him over and send him right crashing to the left side. But when big Bronson Reed tried to go to the back in the ring, this is where he gets knee strike right into the head. This is where he gets turned around. This is where he gets hit with 10 beats to the boiling or something like that, until Bronson Reed then flips him right over the outside. He hits him with a flying shoulder block, like he did, but he did it flying onto the right side of the apron, throwing him with 330 pounds. This is where he threw Sheamus over the announce table, and this is where he landed right onto the commentary chairs. But luckily, Pat McAfee and Michael Cole went out of the way so they wouldn't get hit. Which smart move from the two professionals. This is where we got Big Bronson. We try to collect Sheamus, but Sheamus grabbed onto his head, slammed his face, and smashed it right into Alan the announce table. This is where he started hitting 10 beats to the Braun right onto the table. This is where we got him throwing back in the ring. Before we get that, this is where he starts standing up tall, side Fowler or something like that. This is where then we got Sheamus then got a little bit of offense until Bronson Reed took over and turned over the ball. This is where then he got him right to the down to the ground. This is where he started hitting some right hand strikes until Sheamus fought back, started hitting some right hands right back to the big man. This is where he tried to go for a clothesline, but this is where we got Bronson then was like, no, I'm not going down. Like, you're gonna have to do more than just hit me with a few measly clotheslines. Like, if you're trying to bring me down, like you're gonna have to give it all you got. And then this is where then he did so by getting the clothesline, but luckily it was not entirely everything he got. But this is where then he hits him with the. That's where we saw Sheamus then try to go for the white noise, which was a guarantee. I guess the first time was a dud, but the second time was a success. This is where he picks him up. He had some trouble at first because Bronson Reed weighs a ton. He weighs over 330 pounds. But that didn't even matter because he slammed him right into in the middle of the ring. This is where then Sheamus go up right up on the top rope. This is where then he tried to go for that flying shoulder block. But this is where Bronson Reed moved out of the way. He acts fast, and this is where he got him on the upper right side. But this is where Sheamus then tried to go for a bro kick. But this is where he gets caught up in the air. He gets hit with a sit-out power bomb by the big man. But this is where the Celtic Warrior got the shoulder up at 2.8. Bronson Reed's like, no way in hell. Like, even though that was my signature move, like that should have been it right there itself. This is where then Big Bronson Reed's like, no matter. Like, I got the move that he's definitely not going to kick out of. And this is the next most protected move since the end of days is the tsunami, because I don't think I ever seen nobody kick out of the tsunami. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's where he didn't really hit him with the tsunami, much rather than like a stand-up, like a moonsault version of the tsunami, though. But still looks like a move that Sheamus would still genuinely kick out of. This where then Sheamus then get back up, hits him with the bro kick, guaranteed. 1, 2, 3. Rhymes must be true. And the winner of this match, Sheamus. And I'll say it may have not been like main event worthy, and even though it's just a basic mid card match for just a one-off on Raw, but I'll give it a second best match of the night because it most definitely delivered. I was like, even if they did put on the main event on the card, I wouldn't really blame them because it was very entertaining, even though it was kind of short, but it was sweet and it was to the point. And yeah, I guess we got an ending on that feud, sort of, because after he celebrated, this is where he nearly got mugged by Big Bronson Reed with a tsunami. Luckily, Pete Dunne, he got some help from a former, Brawling Brute member, which was Pete Dunne. It's where he sent him packing by knocking him over the top rope and right into the right corner ringside area. This is where Sheamus tried to give him a hug, and trying to say, yeah, thank you so much. You may not be Butch, but Pete. This is where a handshake or hug. This is where this is where Pete Dunne then scattered away and stepped back. He was like no, I think it's best for us to keep the stand our distance. This is where Sheamus is like, what's wrong with you? I'm just trying to thank you and show you my appreciations. Don't you remember me when we used to be teammates? And then this is where Pete Dunne was like I do, but don't think it's good for us to be hanging out with one another anymore. This is where the Sheamus is like, okay, whatever. Like, I guess I'm on my own. Like I'm always am. Like, I don't have no friends that wants to associate themselves with me. And he's like, I guess that's fine with me. This is where we got Pete Dunne to run into the ring. We did not know what he was going to do. Well, maybe we kind of, because there were some teasers that they could possibly be feuding, which it looked like it was turned out to be the case, because Pete Dunne attacks him from behind and started beating him up a little bit until the referees told him, like, get out of there. This is where he did so, surprisingly. This is where fans like, you suck, you suck. And I was like, this is very shocking. Like first of all, like I was not expecting him to turn heel anytime soon. And secondly, like, what about his partnership with Tyler Bate? Unless Tyler Bate's going to be turning heel, or we could see Tyler Bate could even ask him what the hell's wrong with him right now. Like, why he attacked his former teammate? Like, and this is not the Pete Dunne that he knows, and knows, like, from their past history from the last decade or decade and a half, ever since they started wrestling in the British wrestling indie scene. But yeah, this is where we got Pete Dunne will come up with some kind of a reason why he attacked Sheamus, and there's a new different side of him or something like that. Yeah, like, which they could lead up to a future feud, probably on the road to SummerSlam, and then maybe could continue on the next pay-per-view in August, which will be Bash in Berlin, and any other pay-per-view that's coming up, maybe Bad Blood even, like, if they extended it for that long. But I don't think it will. I think it probably will end towards Bash in Berlin. Like, you'll probably have a couple of pay-per-views that's going to feud. Like one of them is going to win at SummerSlam. The other is probably going to win on a random episode of Raw, the road to Bash in Berlin. But this is where we got one of them get the final win in this 2 out of 3 situation. But what is your thoughts? Were you shocked that Pete Dunne kind of turned heel tonight and attack Sheamus? Let me know in the comment section right down below. This is very unusual. I would expect him to keep extending this, but I would not expect him to actually turn heel and start the feud program like at this time. Like, yeah, let me know what's your take on this. But let's move on to the next slide. This is where then we got Rhea Ripley there to start compliment how Damian Priest is taking it seriously as a leader, like as world heavyweight champion for the Judgment Day. And he's actually the only one that's not trying to be associated with Liv Morgan. And then this is where she was like, but the only thing I have a problem with, like, why is Carlito here? This is where Damian Priest tried to answer, like, well, Carlito, like, yeah, he has changed, and he left the LWO, and he realized that they were a waste of time. But before he can even finish his sentence, this is where we got Dominic Mysterio interrupted. This is where he's like, oh, Rhea, like, can I get a sec? And this is where Rhea Ripley's like, I don't know if you should. This is where then Damian Priest like, oh yeah, sure, Dom. Like, I'm gonna let you guys talk it out, and I'm gonna give y'all some space, and I'm just gonna go right here in the corner. And this is where then Rhea Ripley's like, okay, Dom. Like, I'm gonna give you one, and just say what you need to say and go. And this is where Dominic Mysterio's like, okay, Rhea. Like, I just want to tell you, like, that. He's like, I've been trying to reach you out all week, and then this may sound stupid, like, for me to say this. Like, just hear me out here. This is where the Rhea Ripley hilariously start ripping out the rose petals and start throwing in his face, which that was very hilarious, which was goofy wrestling of the night, I guess you could say. But this is where then we got Rhea Ripley's like, well, what about the last 3 months when I was been injured? Like, when you're too busy playing around with your new girlfriend. And then this is where she tossed the rest of the roses down. This is where then Carlito was like, whoa, like, that was cold. Like, she's very angry, huh? That's what he told the Dirty Dominic while drinking this drink on this cup. And this is where we got. But next up, we got. We're gonna see more from this storyline and see, like, if when he's gonna. We're gonna see like if Dirty Dominic's gonna be off the doghouse or not. But we're just gonna move on to the next slide. Let's talk about But this is where we got a match that was scheduled for tonight in the main event, which Sami Zayn met up with Ilya Dragunov, started talking to him. And then this is where then he said he started complimenting Ilya Dragunov. He likes like the aura that he has, and that instinct of his persona, and then he looking like a future world champion. And then this where then Sami Zayn's like, would you like, and you fight like your life depend on it, like, and that's the person I want to be in the ring with, and that's a man that deserves a championship of any kind. I want to gladly give you a title match for tonight for my Intercontinental Championship. And then this is where then Ilya Dragunov didn't think, and then this is where he was like, and he's like I appreciate this, but you better do the same, Sammy, once you're in the ring with me. This is where the Sammy nodded his head. This is where we saw Ilya stormed out of the room. This is where then we got, next up we have the Ring General Gunther within a hype video of him having two greatest and longest reigning championships in WWE history. First one being the NXT UK Championship, and then secondly, the Intercontinental Championship. And then he said he's going to do exactly the same, like be the greatest world heavyweight champion and the longest reigning champion once he defeats Damian Priest with all his confidence. And I'll say, despite all this, I'm not sure if he's exactly ready. I'm not saying he's never, ever will going to be champion. I think he probably will be champion. Just give him about less than 12 months, and you could see him thrive as a world champion. I just unfortunately don't think it's going to be this time at the biggest party of the summer. I mean, you never know. He could prove me wrong, but I just see Damian Priest going to is he going to successfully defend the title against the likes of Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins? Like, you best believe that he could do the same with Gunther, because what will be the flubbing point? Like, him hyping up beating two other main eventers that are former world champions, and then not beating a guy that's a future world champion and a main event level wrestler. Like, so I'm thinking that Priest is going to win, and this is where we got hype up from the match, like teasing more of Damian Priest being a babyface later on, but that's going to be, in just a moment. But this is where we got Jackie Redmond start asking questions to Zelina Vega about who do she think is gonna win the Women's World Championship match at SummerSlam? And what's your thought? This is where the Zelina Vega's like, I don't have no love for none of those women there. She's like, and I definitely don't have no love for Rhea Ripley, but I'm not trying to get into that love triangle thing that she's going on with Liv and Dom, best we know, we all know, if it wasn't for Dirty Dominic and his dirty little mustache, everybody knows that I would be the one to be women's world champion. And I was like, yeah, in the story's perspective, you best believe that she would have been world champion if it wasn't for Dominic being a meddling kid to his new mommy, I guess you could say, and helping out his new mommy, And this is where then Zelina Vega said, you best believe that I would have won. And this is where Sonya Deville came in and interrupted her interview with Shayna Baszler and